Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, USA. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The Holy Father, Pope Francis, has exhorted members of the Neocatechumenal Way to be, quote, docile to the Spirit and obedient to Jesus, end quote. He gave this message while addressing 5,500 members of this Spain-based association on Monday in the Vatican. The Pope urged them to be in the Church and with the Church always and work in unison with the bishops. On the occasion, he also blessed 430 new families, which are part of the association and are being sent to announce the gospel in various countries. The Pope blessed them and their mission crosses. The members of the association also comprised families from war-hit Ukraine as well as from the Diocese of Rome. The Neocatechumenal Way started in Spain in 1964 and was approved by Pope Paul VI. It molds families to be a witness to the Catholic faith in countries where the Church has a negligible presence. Pope Francis is sending Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin to the Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan on his behalf. This was announced by the Holy See Press Office on Monday, June 27th. The Pope took this decision to show his closeness to the people of both the African nations. This comes after His Holiness postponed his apostolic visit due to aggravated knee pain and subsequent medical advice. The second most important Vatican official will make the visit from July 1st through the 8th. It takes place during the same period when the apostolic visit was supposed to take place. The Pope will offer Mass with the Congolese community in Rome on July 3rd, the same day he will be scheduled to celebrate Mass in Congo's capital, Kinshasa. In the U.S. state of Louisiana, a judge has temporarily banned the enactment of 3 laws that prohibit almost all abortions. It was Orleans Parish Civil District Judge Robin Giarrusso who prohibited the laws from taking effect on Monday. Louisiana and several other states had already enacted trigger laws banning abortion, anticipating that Roe v. Wade would be overturned. They were supposed to take effect once the Supreme Court repeals Roe v. Wade. Soon after the verdict was announced, abortion providers in the state lodged a lawsuit pleading for the court to stop the enactment of the laws. The groups were represented by the Center for Reproductive Rights, which argues that the laws violates their due process rights. They also allege that the laws do not have constitutionally mandated safeguards to prevent arbitrary enforcement. In the wake of the gruesome tragedy in Texas, here in the U.S., where 46 illegal migrants were found dead in a truck, Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Siller of San Antonio has offered prayers for the victims. In a Twitter message on June 28, the prelate vented his anguish and said he is praying for all those who died in Monday's tragedy. In his message, he implored the mercy of the Lord and said, quote, Lord, after Uvalde and now this, help us, we need you, end quote. In a similar vein, the mayor of San Antonio, Ron Nirenberg, also said it was a horrendous human tragedy. Meanwhile, investigators rescued 16 survivors, including 4 children who are being treated in hospitals. San Antonio is very close to the Mexican border, and it is assumed that the soaring temperature might have caused death due to suffocation. Still here in the U.S., the Supreme Court issued a verdict on Monday upholding the right of a soccer coach to pray on the turf. The court ruled 6-3 in the Kennedy versus Bremerton School District case regarding the First Amendment of the Constitution. Former coach Joseph Kennedy filed a lawsuit in 2015 against Bremerton High School after it placed him on administrative leave and later refused to renew his contract. The school authorities had warned him not to pray on the field after matches. However, Kennedy refused to do so as he was a practicing Christian. In the lawsuit, he emphasized his right to religious freedom. On the other hand, the school authorities cited the religious freedom of students. In the verdict, the court said the school district violated the coach's free exercise and free speech rights. A historic wooden church in Raleigh County of West Virginia here in the U.S. was reduced to cinders on Sunday in what is suspected to be an arson attack. St. Coleman Catholic Church, which was known as the Little Catholic Church on Irish Mountain, is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and it dates back to 1888. By the time the firefighters arrived at the scene, the church was almost burned to the ground and it was smoldering. An online post shared by the Beaver Volunteer Fire Department says that the cause of the fire is suspicious in nature, and it is being investigated to ascertain if it was an act of arson. The church belongs to the Diocese of Wheeling, Charleston. The lead bishop for life issues of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales has said that overturning of Roe v. Wade calls for reflection on the Welsh and English scenario. The Auxiliary Bishop of Westminster, Most Reverend John Sherrington, said that the rise in the number of abortions in 2021 calls for more reflection on what is needed for relationships and sex education. He said it has to be rooted in respect and self-restraint, adding that there has to be support for the family and single mothers. The prelate also called for reducing the upper time limit for abortions and re-examining the law that allows a baby with disability to be aborted up to birth. Bishop Sherrington said it is a moment that calls for the building of a culture of life where all are recognized and treated as a gift. His statement comes in the wake of the June 24th U.S. Supreme Court ruling that overturned Roe v. Wade, which legalized abortion. The president of the Italian Movement for Life, Marina Cassini, has expressed happiness over the overturning of Roe v. Wade by the U.S. Supreme Court. She said it is a very strong signal that comes from overseas that something is starting to change. In a statement, the leader of the pro-life outfit said it is a sign that politics is beginning to recognize the conceived as a human being. Cassini said the verdict indicates that it is of a possible road that they need to build. She added that U.S. pro-lifers teach that a good, long, and patient strategy can lead to historical results like this. The president of the Italian Movement for Life also said that the world's largest democracy has turned its gaze to the smallest citizens by recognizing their right to live. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.